What's up, people? We're back with another football impact video. That's right, now just back on our football impact video, and with the Premier League, pretty much nothing going on this week because the FA Cup 5th round. We've got the Bundesliga and Liga, Serie A and Ligue to talk about. I'm going to kick it straight off with the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga this weekend, Bayern Munich win yet again and again and again. I think they've won so many games now. I've lost fucking count how many games they've won in a row. Hurricanes came in and Bayern are just unstoppable. They beat Wolfsburg 2-1, even though Wolfsburg were a goal up. Robin missed a penalty, and well, Bayern Munich do what Bayern do, just show their superiority and win again and again and again. Even though it's starting to get boring as fuck, but they keep winning. But can they keep doing it when they play like Besiktas and the big clubs in the Champions League? That pretty much remains to be a question mark beside them. But their superiority is so superior that they are so big in terms of depth, squad, and many other things in the Bundesliga. But they wiped the floor of Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg were the better team on the day. They just couldn't blow Bayern Munich's house down. But Bayern Munich win again. Lewandowski scores again. And yeah, your team of Bayern, Wolfsburg, need to look curious because right now they're fighting in a relegation battle and really need to find points, or they're going to be fighting for the relegation playoffs like they were last season, where they probably have to face the team from the second division to keep them in the league for another season. Borussia Dortmund won again, and Batshuayi, who's now become a real impact for Dortmund, I think got an assist in this game, but Marco Reus came back after a major injury and scores a goal. There you go, against his old club back, and it was actually a really good goal, and if he plays like we all know Reus can do, he can get back in the Germany squad. Probably too little too late, but maybe try and just get fully fit and maybe get a decent season under him for next season and then see how it goes. But he needs to get fitness right, and that's his biggest problem since he's probably been at Dortmund. Just his fitness. He just needs to get fully fit, and a fully fit Marco Reus is a trouble on your hands. But Borussia Dortmund, I think, have got enough quality now to probably finish second. We'll come to finish top 4, like I said, and good win for Dortmund to keep their winning mentality going. And also, if any stat people out there, ever since Batshuayi came into Dortmund's team, Dortmund haven't lost a match. So that's a decent record. 100% record for Batshuayi at Borussia Dortmund. Good win for them. They beat Gladbach 1-0, and Gladbach need another win to stay in the league, to stay in the league for another season. Leverkusen got to winning ways and they beat Hamburg 2-1, and Leo Bailey, who I think is a real player, scores a goal, and a really good goal in this game. The young Jamaican who is really showing his superiority in that league this season, and for a guy who everybody thought big step up, this, that and the other, they sold a lot of players in the summer. Well, guess what? He stepped up this season. He's been scoring the goals. He is the main man for the team. Yes, they've got Julian Brandt, who I also think is a really good player, but he's the man at the minute. And if he keeps this up from there in the season, there could be big clubs knocking on the door looking to sign him. A lot of people say Tottenham. Do Tottenham really need him at the minute? Not really. But if he keeps this up, I don't think he'll get a big move next, maybe in the summer, but I think maybe next summer he'll get his big move. But right now he's the main man for Leverkusen, and Leverkusen are now in the top 4. Hamburg, the clock is ticking for you guys to get relegated, because it's now fucking stupid, because you're the worst team in the Bundesliga by a stretch. I know Cologne are bottom of the league, but Cologne had a horrific start this season, and they're starting to build some momentum at the minute. But Hamburg are the worst Bundesliga team for the past 5 seasons. They need to get relegated because it's a fucking joke. Big game in terms of 2 teams having Champions League places between Schalke and Hoffenheim. 2 teams that need a win massively, because Schalke have been a little down at the minute, and Hoffenheim's form is up and down like an escalator. It's just incredible. And there's a big win for Schalke, who I thought were excellent in the game, even though Hoffenheim's 2 goals they conceded were so bad. It's like Sunday League defending. It's incredible. And like this manager has been like so many good clubs. Incredible. Julian Nagelsmann. Incredible. But I give credit to Hoffenheim. They did get a goal back, but again, they didn't really deserve a goal. They were second best in the game. I thought Schalke were excellent, and Yeah, they look like looks like between them, Leverkusen, Dortmund, and maybe even Leipzig, who will get the those 3 Champions League places into 5. So that's between them 5 teams for me who get the Champions League. This year, Bayern Munich have won the league. Hoffenheim have big problems, and for me, at this stage of the season, I think they're 31 points. That's not good enough for a team last season. They're finishing in the top 4. Yes, they've sold a lot of players, Bayern Munich, but for me, they haven't replaced them players, and you can totally see my difference is they just lack a goal scorer in the team, and maybe 10th to 8th is where I think they'll probably finish this season. And last game, Stuttgart beat Augsburg in a very sort of 1-0 classic game. It wasn't a great game. Mario Gomez was his first goal since he came back to Stuttgart. Good goal for him and a good win for Stuttgart because they need to win massively because they were in a bit of a relegation battle form. That win probably another couple just gives them a bit of confidence, a bit of morale to get some more points to stay in the league as a new club. As for Augsburg, 2 defeats in a row. They were, I think, 5th when they lost the last 2 matches, and now they're number 10th or something. That's where for me they should be. They were so punched above their weight at the start of the season because literally, like, the fact that them and Frankfurt were just top 4 is incredible. I don't think they will finish top 4 this season. Those 2 teams, I think they could finish Europa League spot, maybe 6th to 7th. Is a good season. So guys, look at the Bundesliga table with Bayern Munich top it, and the superior continues with a massive lead of 19 points. There's Dortmund, who they're winning our second, Leverkusen with the third. Leipzig played tonight in a Monday night match. Then Schalke, Frankfurt, Hannover, Augsburg, Hoffenheim and Gladbach. And bottom is Hertha Berlin, Freiburg, Stuttgart, Wolfsburg, Werder Bremen, Mainz, Hamburg and Cologne. That is your Bundesliga for the pretty much near end of the season where everybody is playing for everything apart from Bayern Munich, who pretty much won the league, and their main focus is to win the Champions League. So guys, see what happened in La Liga. And in La Liga, Barcelona win 2-0 against a very good Elbar team who are really good form. I really thought this was like a slip up for Barcelona because they drawn the last 2 games, and Elbar have won many games this season. They're in phenomenal form, but Elbar were their own downfalls again, like they always do in the big games, like they played Liga Madrid. Man sent off, give away a sloppy goal, first goal, and the second goal sums up the game for them. Defenders know what he's doing, and Jordi Alba taps it in. Also, Luis Suarez scores a goal, first goal in a team in the barrel spell 2 games, not scoring a goal. He scores anyway. So it looks like back to his best, Luis Suarez. Messi was also playing well. Coutinho didn't start in this game, which I was really surprised because people say, oh, he's just right for the Champions League. He can't play in the Champions League against Chelsea because he's cup tied. So I was really surprised with that. But a good win for Barcelona to make sure they're 7 points clear of Atletico Madrid, who also won this weekend against Atletico Bilbao. So it was more of an Atletico derby, and which is not really a derby because those 2 teams are not even close to each other. But good win for Atletico Madrid because they got a massive win in Europa League midweek. I think it was a 4-1 win against some team I've never heard of. And Kevin Gamero, who is pretty much, I don't rate him as a player. I just think he's in the right position to score, but like, he scores on a once in a blue moon. He has a good game and once in a blue moon. He's not the main guy. The main guy for them this season has been Correa, and he's putting a really good ball into Diego Costa, who was excellent in this game. He scores his goal, and he could have had a hat-trick, Diego Costa, because Atletico Bilbao's defending has been terrible since they sold Laporte. And you can totally see where is he playing in the team. Yeah. But Griezmann will also play, so the other front three of Kevin Gamero, Griezmann and also Diego Costa. So it's a very attacking lineup from Diego Simeone, who first time has actually scored they've won a game by 2 goals since the start of the season. So yeah, and in the Liga, so that's incredible. But a good win for Atletico Madrid, and they should finish second this season. I don't think they won the league, but they will finish second this season. Atletico Bilbao, they are in a bit of a tantrum at the minute. They're sort of mid-table, and they're not going to get relegated, and they're not going to get top half. Pretty much where they are is probably where they're going to finish. But probably the most entertaining game of the weekend was Real Betis versus Real Madrid, which finished 5-3. And literally, this game could have been 9-7. It was literally all all out attack. If you played FIFA, all out attack, that's what this game was. Literally Real Madrid in midweek, they had to go to a massive win against Paris Saint-Germain, but PSG played them off the park. PSG should have won that game. If Neymar wasn't doing the tricks and flicks, they would have won that game, and perfectly honest, they should have won that game. But enough about PSG, we'll get on to them later. Real Madrid played well in this game in bits. Betis were too bad defensively in bits. Betis, because Real Madrid took a lead from Asensio's header. Real Betis got back in the game with 2 goals before half time. Half time, you're 2-1 up. It's something you don't do. You don't concede 4 minutes from the kickoff, and that's what Atletico Madrid. That's what Real Betis did, and they kept coming and coming and coming. Many goals. I think Benzema scored off the bench. I think Bale also scored. Asensio I think got 2. Ronaldo got a goal. I don't know who scored. Betis I think got a goal back when it was 4-3 or something like that. But I give credit to Betis because they have been the best team to watch in La Liga this season. Their football is just sensational to watch because literally they're the entertainers of La Liga. Real Madrid needed this win massively, but again, Real Madrid could see the 3 goals against Real fucking Betis. Like, come on, like this is ridiculous. You know, they really have problems in the back, Real Madrid, and for me, when they play in PSG in the second leg, if they even get a clean sheet, I think that's an incredible achievement because right now, it's sort of 50-50 who will go through. You probably give Real Madrid the favourite, but Real Madrid, away from home this season, have been shocking beyond belief. So that game is really even. But a good win for Real Madrid to give them some confidence, even though they're now 2 wins in a row, to get them a bit of form going from now to the end of the season. Or even though I think Zidane will still be out, will still get the sack at the end of the season. Valencia got 2 wins in a row after beating Malaga thanks to who was his name? Who used to play for Arsenal? Coquelin. That's right, Coquelin got his first ever goal for Valencia. That's right. I'm not reading that. That's right. I said that. Coquelin scored a goal. Mad thing. So good win for Valencia, but Malaga will kick themselves like they always do. They should have got a point in this game. I thought they played well the second half, but again, they're just so sloppy in terms of possession. They get the ball away and then bang, a goal. And that's been their problem all season, Malaga. And I don't think they'll stay up. I think Malaga are going down this year. Valencia, big win to make sure that they stay third ahead of Real Madrid. Sevilla get a good 2-1 win against Las Palmas, even though Sevilla should have wiped the floor of them because in the first half they had chance upon chance upon chance. They should have been 4 or 5 up in the first half because Las Palmas were all at sea defensively. But give out Las Palmas to get back to the game in the second half. I thought they were excellent in the second half. They definitely got their defense sorted, even though they conceded 2 sloppy goals in the game. And Sevilla needed that win because they needed a little bit of just a little confidence in the team because the last couple of games they really haven't. They're playing Muriel, they're playing Ben Yedda. They don't really know which striker is the main man of the team. But Yedda has been a top goal scorer this season, but he's only scored 6 La Liga goals this season, which is one more than Muriel. So it's not really been a great season for Sevilla. They should be challenging for the Champions League places. They have not this year because they've been just struggling to score goals and they're struggling to actually get clean sheets, which is another problem for them. But I expect them to at least finish maybe above Villarreal, maybe above Elbar this season. And as for Las Palmas, the worst goal difference in the league this season, they need a miracle to stay in this league. And last game was Deportivo Alaves making a really good form. They beat Deportivo La Coruña, and Deportivo La Coruña on their second bottom. That's a massive win for Alaves. And I actually think now the gap they got at least 25 points they've gone out to 18 or something who's in the bottom 3. That's a little bit of a gap now. It's nearly about 10 points. I think it's around 7 or 8 points now. So they should stay up. Deportivo doesn't look good for you guys. So guys, look at the La Liga table where Barcelona on top of 62 points, then Atletico Madrid on 55. Then it's Valencia, Real Madrid stay in the top 4. Then it's Sevilla, Villarreal, then it's Elbar, Granola, Real Betis, Celta Vigo, and at the bottom is Getafe, Real Sociedad with their big win move up to 12. Then it's Leganés, Atletico Alaves with their win move above Espanyol. Then it's Levante, there's now a little bit of a gap between Espanyol and Levante with 7 points. Then it's Las Palmas, only 2 points from Levante, so they got an outside chance, but that goal difference doesn't look healthy. Deportivo and Malaga. It doesn't look good for Malaga. They're running out of games and need wins ASAP. So guys, let's move on. Let's see what happens this weekend in Serie A. And in Serie A, the two teams fighting for the Scudetto in Juventus and Napoli win by 1 goal. Juventus, starting with Juventus, they were very poor in this game. Higuain was injured and he looked like to have a big injury problem, even though he scored 2 goals against Tottenham in the Champions League. He should have scored 3, he should have a hat-trick in the first half. If he didn't miss the fucking penalty, they actually could have won the game more than that, even though Tottenham got back in the game and got a 2-2 draw. Back to this game, they were playing Torino in the Torino derby, but Juventus do, they always grind out. They're the best team I've ever seen in Serie A to grind a result out. They do it time after time. The team's not playing well, they've had so many injury problems, doesn't matter, we grind a result out. And that's what they've done. Alexandro scored the only goal in this game, even though it was a tap-in. If he missed that, it would miss up the season. So a good win for them. Torino didn't huff and puff, but they were so poor. Belotti, I know he's back from an injury, but he didn't really offer anything going forward. So he was very poor in the game. So with Juventus, another win to give to just let Napoli know we're coming back. We want our 7th straight Serie A Scudetto. But as for Napoli, they won 1-0 in a very sort of weird game against Splat. Because they should have won this game more than 1-0 if the goalkeeper did a great game. Yes, VAR wasn't directly involved in one of Napoli's goals, which it could have been a goal, may not have been a goal, whatever. But Napoli just done enough to win 1-0. Splat were very poor, and for me, don't look like they're going to stay up this year. As for Napoli, that's a good win for them. To just go to show the Serie A Scudetto race this year is wide open. The most points, these two, if it adds up right now, these two teams will hit over 100 points, which is unbelievable to say the least, if they keep going like this. Which just goes to show these two teams are way ahead of every other team in Serie A, because they just are. And for me, if I had to say right now who's going to win it, I want Napoli to win it, to be perfectly honest. But Juventus just keep chipping away, and it's going to be really tight at the end of the season. I keep saying it. That game between Napoli and Juventus will decide who wins the Serie A title race this season. And we're going to the teams who fight for the Champions League places. That 3rd spot, it was between Roma, Inter and Lazio. We're starting off with Roma, who are our team. I'm going to 3rd spot with their good 2-0 win at the weekend. And they were excellent against Udinese. Udinese sort of played well in the game, and then waited at the end for one of the Turkish players to step up, scored an absolute blinder. And Nainggolan also played well in this game. He put a decent pass into the guy, I forget his name, where's number 8 for Roma? I always forget his name. He scored as well. I think it's Parati, wherever his name is. He scored and he played well in this game as well. But they done enough done enough Roma to beat Udinese. Udinese Reggie are one of those teams, they've had a really good season. I think they're 10th in the league this year. They've had a really good season. So this was like one of those little iffy games for Roma. But they did enough for Roma. And they're now up to 3rd in the league. Because Inter Milan, who are now down to 4th, couldn't beat Genoa, who are actually playing well this season and actually in really good form. Actually, apart from Napoli and Juventus, they're the 3rd informed team in Serie A, Genoa, and a great win for them, a 2-0 win against Inter. Inter's form has been really poor in the last 3 months. They haven't been out. They've only won 1 game in 2018, which I still can't believe. They totally do miss Icardi in that team. He misses his presence, his goals, his creativity, his everything. He is so big. What Harry Kane is for Tottenham is what Icardi is for Inter. Because for me, without him on the team, it's just not the same. But they should at least finish 3rd this year because they're not playing Europe. Roma are playing the Champions League. You've also got Lazio, who are still thinking Europa League. So they sort of should finish 3rd this season because they're not in Europe. But the wheels are starting to come off Spalletti's team. And there's speculation that it does look like he's out of a job, and Diego Simeone looks like to be taking a job in the summer. So watch the space in that one. Inter need a couple of wins, need to get something going, and need to carry back that team, or they will not finish in the Champions League position. AC Milan beat Sampdoria and are now unbeaten in 10 games. They're in a really good run of form. And this is one of those games you thought this is going to be an iffy game. but it wasn't, even though Ricardo Rodriguez missed the penalty. But it doesn't matter, Milan were 1-0 up, and I thought they were excellent, even though the second goal was chalked off for offside from Bellucci's header because of VAR, and it was the right decision, of course, even though it took quite a while for it to get the right decision, but they got it right in the end. But a good win for AC Milan. They're in really good form, and they are now, I think, only a couple of points behind Sampdoria, so they're really starting to build some good form, because Gattuso got the job. They were in bad form. I remember they're in the bottom half of the league, like 11th position. Now they're, I think, not far off being finishing 6th this season, which I don't think is a bad season for them, given the take how bad their start of the season was. If they finish 6th this season, behind the likes of the big 5, I don't think that's a bad season for AC Milan. And they can kick on next season. I bring in a manager with stability, and I think do well. Sampdoria, just maybe the big squads that other teams have, they don't have a big squad, and they're relying so much on the players they've got. It's sort of starting to show. But I still think they'll have a decent. I still think they have a decent season, Sampdoria. And they finished top half this season. I think that's a really good achievement. And last game is Benevento finally won a Serie A game. That's right. They've waited so long. This is I think their second win of the season. Yes, they won one game before, but this is like more of a wow. They finally win their second Serie A game. Incredible. I'll wait till fucking near the end of February, which is amazing. But they're still going to get relegated. I think they've only got 10 points. Everybody else is on near 20s, so they need another 10 or 11 points. I don't see it happening. They could beat Inter Milan next week if they play. Inter Milan's form has been appalling, but Benevento supposedly just gives them say, yeah, we won a game, but who gives a flying fuck? We're still going to get relegated. Crotone, don't know where to stop you guys. You're only up in this game, and you have Benevento back in it. So I have no idea how the fuck you bottled that. So guys, look at the Serie A table where Napoli top on 66 points, a point ahead of Juventus. Then there's a massive gap down to Roma. Then there's Inter and Lazio who play tonight in the Monday night match. Then Sampdoria, who are only goal difference above AC Milan. And then there's a bit of a gap back to Atalanta and Torino and Udinese. And at the bottom is Fiorentina, Genoa, Bologna, Cagliari, Chievo, Sassuolo, Crotone, who got beat at the weekend by Benevento, are not in the bottom 3, even though for me it should be in the bottom 3. Then Spla, who lost, Verona, who play on the Monday night match with Lazio, and there's Benevento, who finally get 10 points. Great for them, even though the goal difference is minus fucking 40. So guys, let's see what happened in the last league this weekend. The Ligue earned. And Liga and PSG, who were literally just thought it was just play Real Madrid, playing off the park. Nah, why don't we just outskill them? They won the opening game against Real Madrid. And Rabiot, I thought Real Madrid was PSG's best player. Somehow, Neymar and co fought the greatest skill. But enough about that. PSG win 5-2 against Strasbourg. Neymar scores a Mohamed Salah type goal that he did against Porto in the Champions League. And well, Neymar took the mickey out of the whole team, league really. And I think that he's disrespecting the league for me, because he also did that against Real Madrid in the Champions League. And for me, for me, Neymar is one of the best players in the world, but for me, I don't think he's got the best attitude. And for me, I think this is the reason why I think PSG, as much as they have got world superstars, they don't have a team around them. I feel it's a lot more good. It doesn't feel like a lot of, people just enjoying it. It's different. I think people when Zlatan went there, it's different now. I don't know what it is, but PSG won 5-2. Neymar scored, got a couple of goals in this game. So did Cavani. But we all keep saying it. Why did they not play this in the Champions League? Yeah, they can beat teams in the League, and we all know they should. But in the Champions League, in their big games, they bottle it again. And for PSG, mentality has been their biggest problem since the Qatari owners have bought that club, and it's going to be a problem. You can never win the you can never buy the Champions League. You need to have the heart and desire and the hunger to win the Champions League. I don't see that in this PSG team, but I could be wrong. But for me, they need to show it when they play Real Madrid in the second leg in a couple of weeks' time. But anyway, a good win against Strasbourg for me. Just pretty much, we all know PSG are going to win the league anyway. but they need to show it in the Champions League. Strasbourg need to be careful, or they're going to rule out, or they could go back to Ligue 2 next season. Monaco went 4-0 against Dijon, and they're not looking back to win away. And I said they should finish second this season because Marseille and Lyon are playing Europa League. They're not, so they've got one game a week, and I think that's definitely starting to show off. But Farcal was excellent this game, and Thomas Lemar looks like to be the Thomas Lemar of old, so they should finish second this season. And Dijon were so bad in this match. Marseille beat Bordeaux 1-0, and I thought this would be a tricky game for Marseille, and it actually was a tricky game, even though Florent Thauvin scored an absolute very good finish, pearler finish. But Bordeaux had chances as well, they just didn't take them. They could have got a point in this game, and I thought a point was what both teams deserved on the day, but Marseille just did enough, and that win may actually keep them and finish them third this season. Lyon drew 2-2 against Lille. That is 2 points drop again for Lyon, and I keep saying it, when they're always 2-0 up, they just it all falls down. It's like you're building a sandcastle and someone just comes and kicks it. That's what Lyon are. They're so one-dimensional. It's unbelievable. Like, the defending is so bad. Lille deserved it, and did Lille deserve a point? Not really, but the point's a decent point for them. They stick to make sure they stay in Liga for another season, even though they sacked Bielsa a while back, which actually turned to be a decent, probably the best thing for them. As for Lyon, that is 2 points dropped like it was against Monaco, where they were 2-0 in that game as well. Struggling at Lyon, and they need a bit of a run going, where I think they'll finish fourth this season. And the last game is Troyes against Metz. It was 20th versus 19th. A good win for Troyes, I think does take them out of the bottom three. That loss for Metz, I think, is the inevitable, and I think they'll go down to Ligue 2 next season. So guys, let's look at the Ligue earned table, where PSG top with 68 points, and for me, we'll win the Ligue earned title this season. Then it's Monaco 56, there's Marseille 55, Lyon on 49, so a massive gap back to Nantes, Montpellier, and then it's Rennes, Bordeaux, Nice, and Cannes. And then at the bottom is Saint-Etienne, and they're winning up to 11. Then it's Caen, Dijon, Strasbourg, Troyes, Toulouse, Lille, Armand, Angers, and Metz. That is your league earned table, and with only a handful of games remaining, is a lot at stake in all the leagues in Europe. So guys, that's the Football Impact for this episode. I hope you have had an amazing day and enjoy yourselves. Please like, subscribe, The Natural.